Good evening, everyone. My name is Malcolm Wire and I'm running for President of the Union. Just to give you a wee background, I studied law at Strathclyde. I got my LLB last year and I am doing my diploma in legal practice this year. I've been active in the sports union over the last 5 years. I'm currently Vice President Development. I've also been active in the university's hockey club. I'm currently club captain of that. I've organised tours, I've done various things on that. So that's just the basic background. Now what I'm going to do is discuss 5 main areas that I'm interested in and will be interested in if I'm elected as President. The first is the commercial strategy. Now this is a new area that's been added into the remit of the President this year. And basically the commercial strategy for the Union, I would like to bring back student life to the Union. I think there's been a steady decline over the last 5 years. I remember when people were queuing outside the door to get in on a Tuesday or on a Friday. I want to bring that back. I want to just create a better atmosphere. So full use of the PRs, get them pushing the big nights, get people in the door. I also want to use all the rooms to their full potential. Priory Bar over here has been essentially empty all year. That can get put to far better use. During the day, that could be used, for example, as a coffee outlet. Essentially almost the same as Starbucks or Costa, along those lines, but not a franchise. Something for people to come, for students to come in during the day and spend their time. Second area I would like to speak about is student integration. As we all know, Jordan Hill is shutting this year. I would like the Jordan Hill students to come to John Anderson and feel at home. I want them to feel and be welcome, feel like they're in the Strathclyde family, not to be segregated out in Jordan Hill. Furthermore, international students that come here, whether it's for 6 months, 1 year, or their entire degree, I want them to be part of, as I said, the Strathclyde family. I want them to leave feeling that they were students of Strathclyde, not just students at Strathclyde, and there's a big difference. The next area I'd like to discuss is widening access for students. I believe that all students should have the opportunity to get a higher education. They should not be restricted from coming to university because of their background, because of their ethnicity, their sexual orientation. That should not restrict you from studying at a university, especially one as good as Strathclyde. The next area is local and national issues. This is extremely important. If we want to make changes, if we want to do things differently, then we'll need to look to the Strathclyde students as a whole, but also to colleges and to universities across Scotland and the UK. This will also include working with people like NUS and whatnot, just to get strength in numbers, and that's what is required when you want to make changes at a large level. And the final area I'd like to speak about is campaigns. Now this word, I feel, gets thrown around in this union far too much. Campaigns means, what we think it means is to argue, to go out and to protest. But what it is, every single thing that the union does is a campaign. Every single area of work that we do is a campaign. Sometimes it doesn't end in banners, in posters, in megaphones. Sometimes you can use negotiation, compromise, and build a good working relationship with the management, with the principal. However, if we cannot negotiate, if we cannot compromise, if we cannot build a good working relationship, then I will rally, I will protest, and I will fight for Strathclyde students.
Go ahead, Nadia.
Okay, so for the past 4 years, it's safe to say the union's been my second home. I've been here before doors open for Freshers' Week, running stalls at lunch with the liberation groups, debating motions at SRC instead of having dinner, and editing the Strathclyde Telegraph on Level 7 long after 12 hours is over. I've been lucky enough to see the union change and grow over time, so when I thought about running for president, it was because I wanted to make things better. Well, that's a nice idea, but you can't exactly lead 22,000 students on a nice idea, can you? The truth is that students are sick of seeing the same buzzwords year after year: engage, listen, support. My promise to Strathclyde students is a clear plan of how I'm going to do those things. University has a lifelong impact on all of us, and I don't see why the union should be any less important. That's why I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with our students every step of the way. We have an obligation to protect education. We also have an obligation to strengthen our local community. Some of Scotland's most deprived schools are on our doorstep. If elected, I'll set up a UCAS credit exchange scheme. Our students go to those schools and prepare the pupils for university, help them with their personal statements, hold mock tutorials. Those pupils get UCAS points to add to their applications. Our students get invaluable experience, plus class credits. A similar college ambassador scheme would also be run, encouraging the move between further and higher education. The principal released a statement earlier this year saying that he was proud of encouraging first-time university goers. Well, it's time for Jim to put his money where his mouth is. Once students are at Strathclyde, it's important that the union is a successful, enjoyable venue that everyone can enjoy. We are the only place that provides not only a safe space, but puts all profits back to Strathclyde students. As president, I'll give each of the 5 full-time officers 1 night of the week to make a success of, whether that's a club night, debates, or just watching a film. We should be using this opportunity to be engaging with all of our students, even those who just want a pint and game of pool. Jordan Hill students have been so badly let down by a lack of communication from the university. To right this, I'll make sure that a Jordan Hill Welcome Week is run to welcome them to their new home. Students are under an increasing amount of pressure. Promoting positive mental health has never been more important. During exam leave, I'll include free dinners in the union as part of Work Hard, Play Hard. Free soup and the chance to de-stress is a small change with a huge impact for our students. And there's nothing causing our students more stress than graduate employment. I want to make sure that the jobs that are out there are going to our students. If elected, I'll organise monthly graduate employment events, preparing our students every step of the way for life after graduation. However, the most important thing on my manifesto is weekly student surgeries. The only way you can even hope to represent students is to listen to them every single week. I'm promising to hold a surgery for students to hold me to account and share their problems with me. To show my manifesto isn't just empty promises, I've already been holding these every week. I am the only person who should be leading our students next year. I already have 2 years of leadership experience. I can make the tough decisions and be held accountable for them. I already represent Strathclyde at the National Union of Students, a crucial working relationship for our next president. I work on national campaigns to make sure that our students get the best. I am the only candidate here who knows the wide-ranging issues our students face, who has the experience necessary and who has the ideas to carry us forward. Never mind wanting to make the union better, I already am making it better. On a daily basis, I'm fighting for students. Are you? If so, your only choice is to vote me, Nadia, number 1 for the next president of Strathclyde Students' Union. Thank you.
My name is Graham Sloan. I'm a third year chemistry student. I'm also the current Vice Chair of Activities within the Union. Being a Vice Chair has given me a lot of opportunities to help make the decisions that influence this building a lot. So experience that would be very useful over the next year. And I'm running for President because I care about my union and want to see it back on its feet. After spending the last week and a half out chatting to students, I've made a list of things, the changes and introductions that they'd like to see, and these are the sort of things that I've pledged to do. One of the first comments I received well out about was that we need to get more people into the union, and I have a fair few ways to do that. One of the main ones, especially in the lounge and the scene, is to get better wireless access, because a lot of students hate using BlueSocket. If we do that, we'll get a lot more students with laptops in, they'll bring their friends, so on and so forth. We can also improve the advertising of union events, both official and run by clubs and societies. We could use things like a more concise president's email with a summary at the top, just telling you what's on for the next week or month. Also, we could try advertising on My Place, something that's never been tried before, and a programme that most students on campus actually use. For nights in general, I'd like to introduce more live music, possibly once a month, supporting local bands and student bands. I'd like to introduce more themed nights, such as the Beer Festival and St Paddy's TFI, which are always more successful than their normal counterparts. With regards to these normal nights, I'd like to see more clubs, societies and group interaction. So Fusion did a night last week, which, while it didn't get as many people as it probably should have, was a fantastic night. I'd love to see more of that. And to top this off, I'd like to see the full range of drinks forms available across the board in the union rather than just in the Barney. Next up, as President, I'll be responsible for representation of the students at Strathclyde and the association in general. I feel I'd fit this role because I'm quite a flexible person on the views. I'm able to think logically about an issue from different points of view before coming up with a solution for it. To help with this and representing, I'd make a weekly goal to get out and chat to students about the issues that are affecting them. Because why should we force students to seek us out when it's a lot more, lost my place. It's a lot more accommodating for us to go out to them. I'd then come up with campaigns relevant to these issues which are affecting them and run them for them. Finally, there's Freshers Week, something that very few of the candidates have mentioned as it's one of the main priorities for the President. As a member of the Welcome Team for the last 2 years and as Vice Chair of Activities this year, I've seen firsthand what works and what doesn't when it comes to Freshers Week. Voting for me will ensure that we get the best Freshers Week possible with a huge variety of activities for all sorts of students. And I should be the next President of the I should be the next President of the USSA because I have the experience as a Vice Chair in making the decisions. I'm flexible with my views, and I'm first-hand what aspects of the union have failed this year. I care about the union, and that's why you should vote for me.
Okay, right. There's two fundamental reasons why I think I'm the best candidate to lead the university, lead the students at the university. The first reason, which I don't think any of the candidates have unfortunately addressed, is that what is the actual future for this university? What's the future for Strathclyde? If you look at what the principal's saying, and this is where I don't agree with the thing about compromise, that we need to compromise, we need to negotiate with management. If you look at what the principal's saying, it's actually quite simple. He's for a technological university. That essentially means business, engineering, science, good, social science, bad. Now, there's nothing wrong whatsoever with business, engineering, science, absolutely vital parts of the university. But the whole concept of university, the whole concept of education, is that it's about a diverse, rounded education to better understand society, better be able to fulfil the needs of society. Now that's going to be going down the tubes, and there's a very important thing about this, which is that Strathclyde is a test case, it's an experiment, and we're unfortunately guinea pigs in that experiment for what's being rolled out across Scotland, which is that ordinary people, ordinary working class people, shouldn't go to university, shouldn't go to college and study social sciences, study about society, understand about society, understand about sociology, understand about the geography of society. They should do things just for a job. Now, what I'm putting forward is we need the student union, as the representative of the student union, to put forward a completely different ideological agenda for the future of Strathclyde, and a completely different ideological agenda for the future of education, which is quite simple. Education should be for everyone. people should have the right to study whatever they want. And if you get into education, if you go to university, which more and more young people are being denied the access to do so, then it's about your future. It's about the future of your country you live in. It's about the future of society. And therefore, if we talk about what's Strathclyde for, what's the purpose of Strathclyde, we need to address this issue. We need an alternative vision of Strathclyde from the principal, and that means standing up for social science as an intrinsic part of that. And I tell you what, if there's cuts in science, I've heard today there's cuts in forensic biology. I also know there's cuts in architecture as well. But then we need to bring those together. We need to say there shouldn't be any cuts. Come on, look at the sort of society we live in. Since the start of the economic crisis, there's more billionaires, there's more trillionaires in this country than ever before. But they say there's no money for ordinary people to get into university. It's absolutely disgraceful, and the leadership of the university needs to be able to stand up and say that it is a disgrace, and we need to defend education for everyone. The second reason why I think I'm the best candidate is because I've been going around this week and I've found out a lot of issues. I spoke to a lot of students, a lot of problems. The first one, Mature Students Association. I went in there and had a long chat with the convener of the Mature Students Association today. They are furious. They don't have any Wi-Fi, their computers don't work properly, they can't get into the building whenever they want. They're trying to have meetings with the student union to sort it out, they can't have the meetings. They are furious, they are angry. Mature students represent 15% of all students at this university. They should be treated with respect, they should be able to get access to the facilities that they need. We need to address these sorts of things. International students, someone before mentioned international students. I was up at Garnet Hall speaking to international students. They are very angry about their accommodation. It's poor quality. They have to pay more than other students do for accommodation, and the heating bills are extortionate. They're basically getting taken advantage of for the fact that they're not properly represented. We need to do more to address these issues. There's other things as well. I was speaking to people in language today. There's plans to relocate from languages in Livingston Tower into the current building. But no students know about it. No students are even aware of the issues. Speaking to a member of staff that I found out about it. All these issues, what they need is a student president that knows how to lead them, that knows how to take up these issues and campaign. And look, every other candidate that's standing, they've had a campaigning history. I agree with Malcolm when he says that campaigns, a wide range of campaigning. The difference is that my campaigning history is a campaign addressing the most fundamental issues that students face, the future of their courses, the future of their standard of living, the future of our society. And if anyone knows me, they'll have seen me. I've been standing outside the library for bloody years now, campaigning, speaking to students about the issues that they face. So, maybe 2 or 3 years ago it would have been better if one of these candidates were the president. But the reality is that the situation's changed at Strathclyde. It's a crisis situation for a lot of students at Strathclyde. Their courses are going down the tubes. I was speaking to members of staff in sociology today, my course. They don't know, no member of staff on that course knows if they're going to have a job next year. How can you tell students that they're going to have a quality degree, which is what management have attempted to tell them, when no members of staff know whether they're going to have a job next year or not? It's a disgrace. We need to take on the most fundamental issues that this university faces. That's why I'm the best candidate. That's why you should vote for the better, faster, stronger slate, and I hope you consider doing so. Thanks very much.